Good afternoon and welcome to Mike and the Hoss on Wolfeboro Community Television. I'm Mike Dene.
And I'm Charlie Hossack.
On today's show, Charlie, we have an update on the Kingswood Spring Sports as we usually do. The Bruins are in the playoff run, and they're really on a run.
Yes, they are.
A little Celtics off-season, Red Sox turnaround, and we're going to play a little game.
I love games.
Name recognition game.
Good. It's going to be
So
fun.
I think we're going to enjoy that. So you ready to get started?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
So let's start with the Kingswood sports teams.
Okay.
There hasn't been a lot of time in between the last time we did a show and today, so there wasn't a lot of games.
Yeah.
The girls are still 7-2.
Girls lacrosse.
Girls lacrosse,
Yeah.
and doing very well. Third place in the state.
That's
so,
great.
You know, they are a playoff lock for all intents and purposes. They have Oyster River tomorrow, and Oyster River is a little bit down in the standings, so that should be a win for them. Girls are doing a great job. We talked last week about their goaltending issues. They had some injuries at goaltender, and so they seem to be filling in those holes. The girls are rolling.
Yeah.
The girls are running. They are a threat. Unfortunately, that the dairy fields of the state and stuff like that, that third place is great, but it might be a big difference between first and second place. So we'll see. Hopefully they can.
I'm feeling like we're going to, I know it's a little early. They still have 4 or 5 more games left, but I think we're going to have the girls lacrosse coach and team back on the show.
Yes, because
For a little
playoff preview.
Yeah.
Good. The boys have picked up, they had a couple losses, Merrimack Valley and St. Thomas.
Okay.
They are currently in 10th place, so they're in the playoff mix, so maybe we're going to be able to get them and
That'd be
Coach
great.
Tatro and in to come in little playoff preview for that one. I think it's 16 teams that are going to make the playoffs in lacrosse.
So they have a good shot. I know I was talking to the assistant coach the other day, and they're feeling pretty confident. They've got a few more games left, and they're definitely positioning themselves for a playoff run. And I don't want to say it's expected, but I expected girls and boys lacrosse to be in the playoffs this year, and I'm looking forward to that.
I want to say they're playing tonight. I'm not positive, but I think
They are playing tonight at
the boys-
5:30.
Okay, so the boys are going to be playing tonight.
Yes.
Cold one out there. Baseball team, last week talked about them being a little more competitive. They lost to Kennett yesterday, 2-0. Tyler Sprintz pitched a very nice game.
Great.
The offense is not clicking right now. They still have a shot at making playoffs. Looks like 5 wins can get them in.
Okay.
They have 5 games left.
Yeah.
They're 1-10. They have 5 winnable games.
Right.
I mean, even though they struggle, they have winnable games. We talked about they brought some pitching up from the JV team. Justin Sturt
Yeah.
came up, pitched a good game, and
four of the 5 games left are at home.
yes,
So we've got 3 this week. We've got 2 next week. So they're positioning themselves that they truly could make a playoff push.
they could make a playoff push, which would just be such a great story for them. After their start, they've been up and down most of the year. Coach Kelly's got to move in the right direction, but with 38 degrees out today, can't practice, or it's not a very good day to practice.
Yeah, the weather's been tough.
It's especially in Lakes Region North to really get some rhythm going. It's been really difficult. I think Coach had told me that they've been outside for full practices 5 times this year.
Wow, it's crazy. And we're at the end of the season.
Right. They have
Wow.
Basically a week from this Friday
Yeah.
is the end of the season, and to be outside 5 times. And there's only so much you can do in the gym, or to make that real. So
It's been
hopefully
a tough spring.
Yeah, hopefully the boys can pull that together. Softball team, they still have not won a game, but those girls are leaving the field smiling. I think Coach Shaw is doing a good job keeping their spirits up, making them, even though it doesn't show up on the scoreboard necessarily, but making them better and being competitive, and trying to find victories within the game, even though it's not on the scoreboard. You got to build the program somehow.
Yeah, and I mean, they're leaving. I mean, I see the girls are leaving games, leaving practices. They're happy. They're excited to be part of the program. They love playing softball, and we had talked before that it's really challenging to coach when you're losing. I mean, it's simple. If you're always winning, you could be the best coach in the world. It's simple.
Yep.
But when you're losing, it's that much more challenging. And I think Coach Shaw is doing a good job because these kids are putting the work in. And as long as they continue to put the work in, I do think good things are going to happen because they have a very young team.
It's easy to coach a 15-0 team and keep them focused and motivated.
Right.
Coaching an 0-15 team, getting them out there to try to improve, to try to be better. Ask any coach that's been on both ends of those, and they'll say that your best coaching jobs are the ones that are done when the talent necessarily isn't as much as the usual.
Right.
So, good job for Coach Shaw, and he's got it moving in the right direction.
Definitely. And I know we reached out to Mr. House. Just we really want to be able to do some updates on track and guys and girls tennis and kind of celebrate their achievements. And I know we were going to start doing some segments, but where are they now?
Yep.
So you got something for
Brendan Donahue, who is at Bates, is a junior at Bates,
Uh-huh.
won the New England decathlon.
Wow.
And is moving on to the nationals to represent Bates.
Sure.
And he's obviously a former Kingswood athlete. So way to go, Brendan.
Yeah,
You
good
know.
job, Brendan. And I think we personally would like to invite you onto our show. We'd love to learn more about what you're doing at Bates, how your experience was here at Kingswood, and learn more about the decathlon.
So
That'd be great.
We'll reach out to Brendan.
Sure.
I think it's in Ohio. The Nationals are in Ohio, and I believe it's
Wow.
next weekend. So maybe we'll wait for him to do that, and then we'll
Yeah.
get him in. And there's a few other Kingswood athletes that we could start sprinkling in, especially over the summer when things are quiet.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe that's what our summer theme will be.
Yeah. Where are they now? I like it. Right on.
All right. Let's go Bruins.
Yeah.
Did you catch any of the games?
I did. Yeah, and it's a little lopsided. Well, maybe game one wasn't. Well, we had talked about that last week. I mean, until the third period.
The Bruins scored 10 straight goals
Yeah.
between the end of the third period of game one and when they had a 6-0 lead in game two. And let me ask you a question, because I was wondering this. Is it a good thing that they're rolling over them that easy? Or do you think that there's a chance that the Bruins are going to relax a little bit and Carolina's going to get extra focused?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a letdown. You had alluded to this before, that the Bruins were positioned to win the Stanley Cup with some of the top teams being eliminated. I think Carolina truly is playing like Carolina, and the Bruins are a superior team. So I don't think there's going to be a letdown. I actually think, and I have it in my notes, I think there's going to be a sweep. I think
Okay.
the Bruins are going to sweep the Hurricanes.
All right. Little factual information that
Yeah.
Carolina was down to Washington 2-0.
Yep.
They lost to Washington 6-0 in one game, and they still came back to beat them.
I understand, yeah.
Now, it's great that
Yeah.
you and I know this information. I hope the Bruins know that information.
Right.
And, I hope that's the talk in the locker room. Bruce Cassidy doesn't seem like the type of coach that lets their heads get too big.
Right.
He seems to be on their case a little bit, and he calls them out when they're not playing well,
Right.
which I like that.
Yeah.
I really do. In a respectful way.
He does.
He just
I
says,
think it's
he
hard to
wants-
call out a professional athlete, but
Yep.
he's able to.
He's able to,
Yeah.
and so he obviously has the respect of the locker room, and good for them. And boy, it would be nice for them to see the Bruins in San Jose if
Yeah.
San Jose gets through the
That would be
West.
great.
And San Jose is
Yeah.
they got name recognition, they got everything going
yeah.
on over there. And then you have Joe Thornton, which is the old
Yeah,
man
old,
Joe
yeah,
Thornton with the beard
yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of fun to see him come back to to Boston for a few games of the Stanley Cup.
It would.
So-
And I like the East Coast, West Coast, so I think it's shaping up to be an awesome
Yep.
finals.
Bruins are getting some scoring. It's depth. That seems to be the difference between this year and last year. It's not just the Bergeron, Marchand, Pasternak line that's getting the goals.
Right.
They're getting the goals from three lines, which it's tough for another team to compete against. But
And then Tuukka Rask, I mean, he's playing some of his best hockey right now.
and that's when you want to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tonight's a big one. It's it's Tuesday when we're doing the show, and they're playing Game 3 tonight in Carolina.
Yeah.
And they're going to have their hands full tonight.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have their hands full tonight. We're going to learn a lot about the Bruins and about Carolina too.
Right.
So if they can come through tonight, then I'll probably
Jump on
them.
my
Yeah, I
my
might.
sweep. Okay.
I'm not ready.
I got
to
my
make that
broom ready.
prediction. All right. Another positive topic right now. We are fortunate in Boston, aren't we?
Yeah.
Red Sox, 22-19. Geez, I remember it was a few weeks ago. They were 6-13, and
Yeah.
we were,
What's happening?
we
to
were
the Red
talking about a
Sox?
long summer and
Yeah.
and so on. But they're back.
Yeah.
They're playing good ball, and they're putting so much pressure on the other team. The other teams are making mistakes, and that's what good teams do. They put pressure on you, so that similar to the Patriots. Patriots put pressure on the team, so the other team gets out of their rhythm and they don't
Right.
play well. That's what seems to be with the Red Sox. I watched some of the Seattle game the other day, and Seattle couldn't catch a pop-up.
Yeah.
These are major league players
Yeah.
that you and I would be upset with our team of 14-year-olds if
Yes.
they couldn't catch these pop-ups,
Yeah.
and Seattle missed 3 pop-ups. It was amazing. You know, guys that are making up to $1 million a year.
Right. Been playing baseball for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying, hey, what do you think? First place by
June 1st.
June 1st. Yeah.
Yep.
So they're three games back. You know, obviously the Yankees are there. I mean, it's the same old, just the way we love it.
Yep.
Red Sox, Yankees, and I think the Rays are gonna kind of settle where they really belong.
Yeah,
So.
the Rays still amaze me, though.
Yeah.
They have a quarter of the payroll that these other teams
Oh, yeah.
have.
Yeah.
But their farm system and their player development is it's through the roof. They just, I don't know. I wish you could get inside their organization and see exactly what they're
What's
doing.
going on? Yeah.
But they have a formula that keeps them competitive at a very, with the big guns, the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Right.
The Red Sox have Colorado for a stretch.
Yeah. Well, today's sale day.
That's right.
So today is sale day. He had a great outing last time. You know, we had talked about his 7th inning. He pitched extremely well that last time, and I think we've got Sale back to where Chris Sale should be.
38 degrees in Boston too tonight, so I don't know
Yeah.
how that's going to feel for his arm.
Yeah, and he has no fat on his body.
No, he
So.
doesn't.
But it'll be good to see. Interleague play. You like it? Love it? Hate
I do.
it? Okay.
I do like interleague play. I think it's nice to see the Cubs come to town. It's nice to see
Yeah.
the Houston come to town. Houston right now is trending towards the best offense ever.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah, the
No.
best offense ever. They
Of
have
all time.
of all time.
Oh my.
Right now,
Yeah.
that's their,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of sabermetrics involved with that.
Sure.
But if you go with the basic ones, their batting average as a team is 281.
Yeah.
The major league average is 244.
Yeah.
They have a slugging percentage over 500. Do you know how many teams who have ever had a slugging percentage over 500?
How many?
One.
Really?
Yeah, the 2019 Houston Astros. That's the only.
Wow.
Yeah, they're the only ones that have ever had a slugging percentage over this at this point in time.
Yeah.
Over 500.
Let's see what they can do against David Price. 'Cause
Well, he's going to have his hands full, and if Sale's going Tuesday, then Sale will probably go on Sunday then.
yeah.
So they're going to at least see those guys. I'm guessing, I think they're going to have a hiccup against Houston.
Yeah.
Because I believe that Houston's going to be fired up from last year's
Yep.
series,
Mhm.
the LCS,
Yeah.
and Houston's really good. They've been good now for 3 or 4 years. And the Sox, I think that they're due for a little bit of a letdown. That doesn't mean they're going to, fold the tent, but I think they're going to be due for a little bit of letdown.
Right.
I'm going to guess they're going to lose 2 out of 3
Okay.
when they come.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see Houston's offense. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. You planning on going? Oh, you got too much going on.
I have too much going
Yes.
on. I do have a line for possible tickets to Saturday's hockey game, though, so that's a possibility, and we're going to be
Yes.
down that way for our hockey tournament, so
So for Game 4,
we'll see.
you'll be able to see the sweep.
It would be game
5.
5 if there was game 5.
Oh, so you won't be. So you will not be going to a hockey game on Saturday. I see.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What about? So let's stick on Red Sox just a little bit. We already talked about the offense. Let's talk about Rafael Devers. I mean, holy.
We'll talk
cow.
about his offense, not his defense, right?
Well, yeah. Let's not.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll
Let's not
look
worry
at-
about
we'll-
defense
We'll
right
circle
now.
around to the defense.
Yeah. So he. I don't know if you saw the interview, and he uses an interpreter at times, and sometimes he doesn't. But he wants to truly become a complete player offensively.
Yep.
All right, and he's talking about right now he leads the American League in batting average,
Yep.
338. But he wants last year he had 21 home runs. He's only got a couple this year, but he really just he feels like he wants to become the complete package offensively, and he's showing signs of that right now.
He is. I'm going to caution you with a little bit of fool's gold right now.
Sure.
Because in the games that I've watched, at this point in the year, a 338 average is like, 5 or 6 hits difference than a 280 average.
Right. Fair
It's
enough.
not
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
He has hit more seeing eye singles than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He hits these 4 bouncers between the second base and the first baseman, and these 2 bouncers between the shortstop and the third baseman.
Yeah.
That if they were 5 feet to the left or 5 feet to the right, are
Yeah.
simple outs.
Yeah.
So he is starting to hit the ball harder, on a little regular basis, but I'm a little concerned that the average is a little bit of fool's gold right now.
Okay.
And that could cool off fast. We talk to the kids that you can't control if it's a hit or not. All you can control is if you hit the ball hard.
Right.
and then there's some luck involved.
Mhm.
I mean, a ball to the shortstop, a ground ball to the shortstop, if it's 10 feet to his right,
Yeah.
is between third base and shortstop.
Right.
And so now a guy's batting 1,000 compared to batting 0.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it's true. You got a runner on first. They're stealing. Shortstop's covering.
right.
What would have been a possible double play is now a single.
Yeah. And then, this goes back to a Bull Durham, line from Kevin Costner about how many, bloopers to the outfield,
Yeah.
over a season or an infield hit. You get 10 of those
Yeah.
compared to the year before. Your batting average is 40 points higher, and
Yeah.
you're making money and you're in the show.
Right.
So I want to see them hitting the ball hard. He's not hitting the ball out of the ballpark like as much as he was last year.
Right.
So I think we got to hold the brakes on Devers at this
Yeah.
point. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I
He's,
hope.
young guy. He's 22.
Yep.
So we'll see
No,
what
I just-
happens.
I just 338 in May.
I know
Like I said,
it's early.
That's
I
five or
get
six.
it.
That's 5 or 6 hits going the other,
Yeah.
the other way. So we'll see. But
It's nice to have his name though at the top of the AL.
it is, and
you
it'll be interesting to see how he handles it.
right.
Because
Yeah,
he is
because
21.
and everybody's talking about him.
Right.
Right. Nationwide, you put on MLB Network, and
Yep.
there he is. Before we leave the Red Sox, Pedroia did his rehab stint down in Portland.
Yep.
And now he had some more knee tenderness. He's back, but he's on the DL, retroactive, like 3 days ago, whatever. So I don't know. I mean, Alex Cora, of course, being the manager, he's required to spin things in a positive light, which he did and continues to do. But I'm worried. I'm worried because he was like 4 for 16. Pedroia was down in Portland. He played a little second base, mostly DH. So
I just don't think it's going to happen.
yeah,
I think we've talked about him now for almost like 4 straight weeks.
right.
And it doesn't, this microfracture surgery, which I don't know a lot about.
Yeah.
Obviously it's pretty serious, and it's a pretty
Right.
intense surgery to come back from. If he blew out his knee, he probably would have been back by now.
Right.
So this is, I don't know. I don't think it's there. I just don't think it's there, and he can't seem to sustain any kind of playing time.
Right.
And
Put yourself. I mean, I would love to put myself in Pedroia's shoes, but
Yeah.
think about it. And then you have Michael Chavis, who's just
yes and
playing
no.
playing exceptionally well.
Yeah.
So now you're in a situation where I know you're Dustin Pedroia, but is there room for you? Is there a place for you? I don't know. At this point,
I don't
so,
know.
yeah.
He just can't seem to play long enough to actually get his game back.
Right.
And it's sad, and we've said that it's sad.
Yeah.
But no,
He'll be okay financially.
we'll talk about him next week.
Yeah. All right.
Celtics, real quick. I know they're going into the off season. You had mentioned that their assistant coach is leaving,
Yeah.
and they need. The talk has been that they need to bring in like an ex-NBA player
Right.
to fill that void, so that the players can relate to. Because right now, Brad Stevens has on his staff a lot of college-type coaches,
Right.
and that's becoming a problem.
Yeah. Who do you think that? I mean, who could that be? That we could. I mean, that they could.
Well, the name that I was hearing is Isaiah Thomas. That
Like
Isaiah's-
the original Isaiah Thomas.
No,
You're talking about
I'm talking about the one that would play for the Celtics.
like
a few years
Isaiah
ago.
Thomas. Okay.
That he's a free agent in Denver, and that he's talking about possibly that he's done, and that he wants to get into coaching, and he can talk to the players and so on. I think that would be
That'd be
interesting.
amazing.
I think it would be interesting.
Yeah.
There's still drama. Terry Rozier it says he's not coming back. He doesn't want to come back, he doesn't have a choice, because he's restricted. But
Right.
If the Celtics are built the way they are this year, he didn't have a lot of good things to say about Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Right.
He felt that they were treated a little bit differently, so there is drama there. Al Horford.
Yeah.
Are we in agreement? We want Al back?
Absolutely. Yeah, we need Big Al back, but Big Al is going to be paid $29 million next year, and he's got one more year left.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's an opt-out. This is an opt-out.
This is
year
an
for him.
opt-out year. So what do you? I mean, contract-wise, what do you do? I mean, I think he needs to restructure his contract in a sense that he needs to see if he can get 3 years
Yep.
for a discount.
20.
Yeah, 20. You know.
It's hard to speak about NBA money because
Yeah.
there's just so much money, and a second and third tier player is still making $10 or $15 million a year. So it's just it's just hard to
Right.
understand where that is. I think he brings a lot of consistency to the Celtics and some stability.
He does.
And there doesn't seem to be any drama with him.
Yeah.
So
No
they
drama.
need
I mean, he represents the Celtics well. He speaks eloquently. I mean, he's a great guy. I think he'd be a great guy to have in the locker room.
Yep.
He's certainly a great guy for the media, the kind of the face of the Celtics. I think Al Horford is someone that needs to come back. I think he wants to come back. I mean, where else is he going to go? I mean, if you look at the end, there's really no other place for him.
Yeah.
So I think having him come back will be huge, because having conversation with, if we say that Rozier's gone, Kyrie's gone, Al Horford's gone, I mean,
There's been talk that Kyrie might come back, and I was like,
yeah.
why?
I mean, but do you agree the Celtics are a better team on the court with Kyrie? Do you agree with that?
They are a more talented team on the court with
Okay.
Kyrie. I don't know if they're a better team, but they are more talented. I think Kyrie demands a lot of time, a lot of ball, and I don't know if Kyrie and Brad Stevens are a good mix, because Brad wants to run a complete
Right.
game,
Yeah.
and he wants to run a complete offense where everybody's involved, and
Yeah.
there's a rotation of 9 guys.
Yeah.
Where Kyrie wants his 36
He wants to
minutes,
be the guy.
and
Yeah.
I mean, he was just so god awful in the Milwaukee series. I don't know why the Celtics would want him back.
Right.
But
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But where do you think Kyrie ends up? If let's say he's leaving the Celtics.
he's going to the Knicks.
Okay.
I think he's going to the Knicks, and I think he's going to be with Durant.
You know.
And,
Okay.
I
I would probably say the Knicks, but I guess it wouldn't surprise me if he went back to, or not back to, but if he joined up again with LeBron and went to LA.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I wouldn't be surprised.
He fought his way out of Cleveland to get away from LeBron.
Yeah.
And for him to go back is basically saying that I can't be successful without LeBron.
Yeah.
And LeBron's not young. We're going to talk about him in a second,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's not young. I don't know. I mean, although the draw of Hollywood and making movies, which Kyrie does make movies and stuff
Right.
like that might be a big draw too.
See what happens.
All right, so we are going to play a little game
Okay.
with a little name recognition.
All right.
Let me put some rules on this thing.
I was going to say I need some rules because I'm a rule breaker.
So we'll say a name of
Okay.
a national athlete. We'll New England focused, but
Yeah.
a lot of some national ones. And 1 word, 2 words.
How about we can cap it at 3?
Okay.
If we need to. I don't
All
know.
right.
And it's funny because we have these, we've seen these names, but I actually have put zero thought into it because I truly want it to just kind of be.
Me too. And so the next time we do this, let's have Timothy come up with the names.
Absolutely.
And
And then yeah, that'll be even better.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
Tom Brady.
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all
It's 4.
time.
I can't.
You broke the rule
Oh,
already.
man, greatest ever. How about that? What do you have?
Consummate team player.
That's a big word, consummate.
I know.
All right, okay. You ready?
Ready.
LeBron James. LeBron James. That is not LeBron James. Oh, there he is. There he is. Hi, LeBron. Okay.
Narcissistic.
Selfish. Okay.
Okay.
All right, you got the next one.
Dustin Pedroia.
Face of the Red Sox.
Gritty.
That's a good one. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
David Price.
Redeemed himself.
Overpaid.
Yes, I would agree. I would agree with that. Although,
He did redeem himself. I agree with you
I
too.
mean, how much is a championship worth?
Right. Well, I don't know. I don't have that kind of money, so it's
No,
hard to.
it's
But
not
you're
your-
right.
It's not your money.
Yeah, it's not. Well, it is if I go, right? If I have to
That's
go to
true.
if I have to go to the games, which I do. No, I get it. But so are you saying then we're not we, but the collective we are paying for championships? Money buys championships?
No, I'm saying that we forget about the money if the championships come in.
Gotcha.
That it is forgiven. All is forgiven
Yeah.
when the championship comes in,
Right.
because that euphoria that you feel as a fan,
Yeah.
when they win or when they're in the running and something like that, it's
Yeah.
worth a lot. you
Yeah,
know.
and I agree with David Price, because I have forgiven him. I had that picture of him with the rake last year in the playoffs, and
Yeah.
you just think of who he was during the regular season, and as champions, David Price has been forgiven.
The Eckersley stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
there's a long list of trouble, but and winning does that, and that's why they need to win.
Absolutely.
All right,
All right.
Alex Rodriguez,
Punk.
steroids.
Okay, that's all right. Next one. Zdeno Chara.
Cornerstone.
Cornerstone's a good one. I would say Hart. The Hart.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes along with
I just look at him as like
Cornerstone.
the pillar of
Yeah.
that team for the last 12, 15 years. So
Yeah, think about it. I mean, he's as old, almost, well, not quite as old as we are, but almost as old as we
Yeah.
are, and he's still playing at such a high level.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah. All right, Mike, here we go. Brad Marchand.
Um,
I think I took your term.
that's all right.
Sorry.
Happy's on my team.
I'm going to go with, I would say, Loose Cannon.
Look at the picture. It's
Yeah.
I think how much we would despise him if he was on another team.
Oh, yeah, he'd
If he
be.
was on another team.
I know we're going to get him.
somebody-
I know we're going to get there, but he'd be my Manny Machado.
Oh. if he was on another team,
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
my god, it would,
Couldn't stand him.
The stuff that he does is so cheap and everything, but he gets away with it right now because he delivers.
Mhm.
He delivers, but wow, what a dirty player.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Brad Stevens.
Wise. What do you think?
I want to say like Opie on the. Dude, what's the name of the show? Andy Griffith show.
Yeah, the Andy Griffith.
Griffith
Is that right,
show.
Timothy? Andy Griffith show?
No.
No. Opie.
Oh, but he's just such a clean cut. He
He
just
is.
doesn't look like he fits in with the NBA players.
No, he
Um,
doesn't. But,
so-
I mean, he does fit in, but he doesn't
He
look that
does,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he should be like on Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, stockbroker or something.
Or a librarian.
Yeah. All right, how about oh, you didn't say. Oh, you did. Yeah, we did Opie. Sorry. What about Bill Belichick?
Legend.
Mastermind. All right, you want
Bruce Cassidy.
hardcore, intense.
Intense.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with intense.
All right,
also.
okay.
I'm going to go with
Sorry, yeah.
intense.
All right, how about Alex Cora?
Players coach.
This is not going to be. People aren't going to love this, but I'm going to say, not tested
Okay.
yet. So he's surrounded by a pretty good team. I love him, but
6-13 start was.
yeah. So we'll see.
That's some teams.
We're
gonna
still in
fall
May,
apart.
Michael. We're still in May. All right. So should we finish on the last one? This last one.
Well, we can get the last ones in. We can get.
All right. Let's get him
We'll
in.
go quick.
Okay.
Manny Machado.
I'm just going to leave it as he is a jerk.
Big jerk.
Okay, there you go. How about Larry Bird? Larry Legend. We can't use Legend though. Larry
Can't use
Bird.
legend. Icon.
Yeah.
Ray Bork.
Apparently, I don't get a chance on Larry Bird.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, that's okay. We're going. That's fine. We're going to.
Larry Bird.
No, never mind Larry now. Ray Bork, all-time Bruin. Like you think of I think of Bruins, and it's automatically goes to Ray Bork. But I mean, that's my
To
generation.
even things off, I won't do anything on Ray Bork.
Okay,
Manny Ramirez.
that's you though, right? Fun to watch.
Best right-handed hitter I've ever seen.
Okay. How about Bobby Knight? Look at the picture.
Actually, the first thing that came to mind was chair. When he threw the chair across the
Yeah,
court.
angry,
Angry.
yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, choking people. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not good stuff. And then my favorite baseball player of all time, George Brett.
Pine tar.
Yes. That was the greatest incident ever, the pine tar incident.
So-
Hey, this was fun, so we should do this again, but I agree. Let's have Timothy come up with maybe some names in the future.
Yeah.
And maybe we can even do it, maybe we'll do it with a guest. Maybe have a
That'd be
few
fun.
names. That'd be kind of fun.
That'll be good.
All right.
We are way over on time,
We are.
Charlie. Do you have anything else to say?
No, how about you, Mike?
No. So thank you for watching Mike and the Hoss on Wolfeboro Community Television. We will see you next week. Go Knights.
Go Knights.